Hello, I'm Janelle Shala, and in this video I'm going to go back to basics and discuss one of the most popular minerals, which is rose quartz. As you can see from my first example, rose quartz is massively formed, which simply means that it doesn't form a distinct crystal structure you can recognize with the naked eye. That's because it forms very, very deep in the Earth's crust under a great deal of heat and doesn't really have the opportunity to crystallize out. You do occasionally get, very, very rarely, get tiny 1 to 2 centimeter crystals that aren't very well formed, but these are rare. So, what does rose quartz do? I think almost everybody knows this by now, but let me think. It's the love crystal, isn't it? It's the universal love stone. So we use it to attract love into our lives. We use it to strengthen existing relationships, to open our hearts when we're working with a group where we're having trouble communicating. This is mainly in groups you're working safely with. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it in a work situation. And also connecting, strengthening your heart connection with the divine. It's an easy stone to use. You can wear it or carry it. I've got a large rose quartz pendant on at the moment. You can also put it into gem essences. I keep one in my water filter jug. So every drink of water we have in this house is filtered through rose quartz, or filtered charged with rose quartz, I should say. I'm going to show you another example from the same locality. This one is much deeper in color, as you can see. These are both from Brazil, which is the most common source of rose quartz these days. The deeper color makes it a gem-grade crystal, and this would be the sort of thing one would use in jewelry normally. Now, the rose quartz from Brazil has a really interesting energy. It's kind of fluffy and sweet and angelic. And I've had a number of students, when we've had meditation in a stone circle, they start hearing celestial music or a celestial choir. I haven't personally, but I think it's really interesting and really lovely, and I think I'm going to have to try it again because I would really like to hear it myself. Now, rose quartz does other things as well. It's a really good dampener for unwanted energy. And this is specifically with electromagnetic stress or geopathic stress. So you can use rose quartz by the computer to try to dampen down the electromagnetic radiation you may be picking up. You can also wear it if you want to for that purpose. And it's also very good for geopathic stress. So in cases of, for example, an old house where you get a well beneath the house and it's got a kind of energy vortex. This doesn't happen you don't get this in a modern building, but in something that's, say, 200 years old, you will get this kind of thing happening. And in order to stop it, you can just place a rose quartz on the floor over the area where you're feeling this vortex, and it will completely stop it. It's the one time I would say size does matter, though. Small piece will sort of dampen it down a little bit, larger piece quite a lot, and if you have a huge piece, it will stop it altogether. Now, there are other localities that rose quartz comes from, but we're not getting very much of it in at the moment. One of the localities is Madagascar, and you get a very different look to Madagascar rose quartz. This is a personal piece of mine. This is very, very clear, as you can see. This is a real true gem-grade crystal, and it's similar to the one that I'm wearing in the pendant. I like the Madagascar rose quartz because I like the clarity of it, and it's also got quite an incisive energy. It's like, yeah, I know exactly what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do it now, and you're going to like it, right? So not everybody likes that. A lot of people prefer the fluffiness of the Brazilian, and it doesn't matter. It's whatever feels right to you. But as I said, it's hard to get the Madagascar rose quartz these days, but if you're very lucky, you might get something like this piece here. Now, this is carved palm stone, and you can see the clarity of the rose quartz. You can see this just gentle pinky shade to it, almost a lavender pink. I love it. Now, rose quartz is, to me, one of the most important stones. I talk about the mineral medicine chest. This is like the things that you keep, that if you're having any kind of collection of crystals, there are certain ones you need to have, and rose quartz is one of those.